All right, welcome back. Today we're diving into a poem that is just so powerful. It's Kamala Das's My Mother at 66. Now, what's amazing is that the whole poem is basically one long sentence. But in that one sentence, she captures this huge, deeply personal moment about getting older, about love, and that quiet fear we all have of losing someone we care about. So let me ask you something. When was the first time you looked at your parents and really truly realized they were getting old? Just think about that for a second. That gut punch of a moment, that's exactly what this poem is about. It's a feeling almost all of us go through, and Doss just nails it with this incredible, heartbreaking honesty. That was Kamala Dass's real genius. She could take these tiny, everyday moments that most of us would just let pass by, and she'd hold them up to the light to show you all the emotion packed inside. And this poem, it's the perfect example. She takes a simple car ride and turns it into this massive, profound exploration of time and family. Okay, so let's dive into the first part, this painful realization inside the car. The whole thing kicks off in this really quiet, personal setting. The poet is just driving her mother to the airport. So right away, you feel this sense of departure, of leaving. And this is the moment. The poet just glances over at her mom, who's sleeping, mouth open, completely unguarded. And what she sees just hits her. Her mother's face is described as ashen, completely drained of color, almost lifeless. It's this raw, unfiltered image of vulnerability that just stops her in her tracks. Now, this is a classic literary device called a simile, a comparison. But forget the textbook definition for a second. Think about the impact of that word, corpse. It's so blunt, so shocking. In that single comparison, Doss throws the poem's biggest fear right on the table, the reality that her mother won't be around forever. So you can imagine that thought is, well, it's horrifying. So what does she do? What would any of us do? She looks away. She literally puts that thought aside and forces herself to look out the window, to find something, anything else to focus on. And the world she sees out there, it's the complete opposite of what's happening inside the car. And this is really the beating heart of the poem. You've got this stark contrast. Inside the car, it's all stillness, silence, that pale, ashen reality of aging. But outside, it's an explosion of motion and life. Everything is vibrant, drenched in color, and just bursting with energy. I mean, just listen to this imagery. Young trees sprinting, merry children spilling out of their homes. It's so full of life, right? It's pure energy, pure optimism. The world outside is just rushing forward, young and unstoppable. And the poet gives the trees a human action, sprinting. That's called personification. But what's really cool here is why she does it. The trees aren't just moving because the car is, they're sprinting. It's this powerful symbol of time itself, just racing by, unstoppable. It's all the life and time that feels like it's slipping away from her mother. All right, so let's follow them to the airport. This is where that old fear comes roaring back. They've gone through security, and now there's that physical distance between them. The poet is standing a few feet away, and she looks at her mother one last time. And boom, that feeling she tried to escape in the car, it's back, and it's stronger than ever. And once again, she's struck by her mother's appearance. The words she uses are wan and pale, just like before, but this time she uses a different comparison. She says her mother looks like a late winter's moon. And think about that for a second. A late winter's moon. It isn't the bright, brilliant moon of summer, is it? No, it's hazy, it's dim, it lacks that vibrant glow. It's a perfect image for the fading of youth, of energy, of life itself. It captures that feeling of light and vitality slowly disappearing. And this is where it gets really deep. Seeing her mother like this triggers what she calls a familiar ache. This isn't a new feeling for her. It's that old deep down fear every kid has of losing their mom in a crowd, that panic of separation. Only now, it's the adult version, the final version of that fear. So, what do you do in that moment? You're standing there about to say goodbye and you're just overwhelmed with this sadness and fear. But you can't show it, right? You can't let your mom see how scared you are. You have to put on a mask. And this is what she does. All she says, all she does is smile and smile and smile. Man, that line is just devastating. It's such a simple act, but it's loaded with everything she can't say out loud. It's love, it's fear, it's desperation, all rolled into one. And the repetition is so important. She doesn't just smile. She has to smile and smile and smile. It shows you the sheer effort it's taking. It's not a real happy smile. It's a performance, a desperate attempt to build a wall to hold back all that pain. It's her way of trying to convince her mother, and maybe even herself, that it's all going to be okay. So let's break that smile down. First, there's the realization. She sees the truth of her mother's age. Then comes the feeling. That old ache, that fear just washes over her. And finally, the action. She hides it all. She puts on that mask. It's really an act of love, isn't it? She's protecting her mom from her own heartbreak, trying to make their last moment together a pleasant one, even though she's falling apart on the inside. And really, the poem ends with this quiet, sad sense of acceptance. At the end of the day, she knows there's nothing she can do. You can't stop time. Aging and separation are just part of life. And that smile is her way of finally accepting that painful truth while trying to protect her mother from it. So let's just quickly recap the big ideas here. The poem's real power comes from that huge contrast between the stillness inside the car and the vibrant life outside. It uses these really sharp comparisons, like Corpse and Winter's Moon, to show us the harsh reality of aging. And then it uses things like the sprinting trees to show time rushing by, and that repeated smile to show us all the pain we hide to protect the people we love. It's just a masterclass in exploring a huge universal feeling with such simple tools. And ultimately, that's what the poem leaves us with. It asks us to look at our own lives and think, what truths do we hide behind a smile? It makes you reflect on your own family, the tough realities we all face, and the incredibly complicated ways we express our love, sometimes by concealing our greatest fears.